those two, and then.
That should be it.
Okay, we'll go up first.
Oh my God, Karen!
You do. You so look like a Karen with a K. We're how old?
A huge amount of depth to the squad, a lot of talented players. I think every player brings something unique and something we'll need to win this World Cup. And just looking forward to kind of getting over there and making it happen. And like I said, you may have a picture or a vision of the way things are going to go. And with my World Cup in 2007, I envisioned this amazing experience, and we're going to win it. And it didn't quite go that well. So I think that you have to be kind of ready for whatever is going to happen. We may lose a game. We may, tie. We may, who knows what's going to happen, but just kind of weathering that storm and making sure, us as veteran players can kind of help some of the younger players through that.
I think the big miss that happens in women's sports is to try to replicate the model that's been done on the men's side. I think it is a different product, and I think so often and to be honest, it's quite lazy as well. I think that you can take some things, but I think a thoughtful approach specific to women in the women's game, the sort of environment around it needs to be taken in order to bring that game to a higher level. I don't think you can just do exactly what you do on the men's side and do it on the women's side. Sue and I talk about this all the time. It's just the NBA successful just try to do the exact same thing, and that doesn't really work. So I think, I guess just a bit more of a thoughtful approach in doing things a little bit differently. I guess using sort of business acumen and sort of cultural acumen to think about what our sport would need. I think sometimes doing the same exact thing and trying to replicate that within the system that has kept going down for a long time is probably not the best way to go about it.
Off the field, just continue to break down stereotypes and push, what it means to be an athlete as a female, not necessarily a female athlete, but to be.
Taught me to just kind of be in the moment, savor each and every moment, and I'm really excited with this group. I think that like I said before, we have a huge amount of depth to this squad, a lot of talented players.
Maybe you should recount your experience.
I millions of facts for us, but I did live 20 minutes away.
There we go. That's what I meant.
Yes. The 99ers had a huge impact on me and growing my passion to want to play, and being good friends with a lot of them now. I still draw a lot of inspiration from them, and it's great for them to be able to share their memories of 99 and how different the lead up for us is in comparison to them. And so I really enjoy spending time with them, and they're great people that really shaped the history of this program, and I'll be forever grateful for that. And now it's our turn to make our mark.
Maybe you should recount your experience.
Millions of facts for us,
This team hopefully continues to grow, continues to be successful. One thing I hope stays the same is just how how successful the team is on the field. That's something that obviously. Sue and I talk about this all the time. It's just the NBA successful is just try to do the exact same thing, and it doesn't really work. So I think Yeah, I guess just a bit more of a thoughtful approach and doing things a little bit differently. I guess. I think the way that you can find prayer, you can have equal investment and equal care and equal opportunity, and then from there, I think it's important to really find a business model that works for the women's game, and not just trying to replicate it in that way. So I think that you can have sort of equality, if you want to say that, but it doesn't need to be every single idea that's the same. I mean, in terms of the women's game, it's a bit hard to define, honestly. I mean, I think you can sort of define the national team, but I think there's just so much potential, so much untapped potential in the women's game right now. It's sort of at a, not really the national team, we're a bit past it, but, especially for the league, it's kind of at this sort of like infancy stage. So it is really hard to define. I would say it has limitless potential. I think it's exciting. I think it has a ton of upside. I think that there's really interesting stories and storylines around it. I think it's, hopefully the sort of tipping point with it. But, in order for that to happen, we need obviously big investment and, not just money investment, but time and skill and intellectual investment into the game to figure out what's going to push it to the next level.
Of course, we have Carly Lloyd, Alex Morgan, and Megan Rapinoe, all vastly experienced and know a little bit.
I think a thoughtful approach specific to women in the women's game, the sort of environment around it needs to be taken in order to bring that game to a higher level. I don't think you can just do exactly what we do on the men's side and do it on the
We're not doing our job, so it's good to see.
Abby, this being your first World Cup, what's really the emotion for you going into it? When did you find out? How did you find out? And what was that like initial reaction for you, knowing that you're going to be a part of this journey?
Yeah, I found out in May, I think, and Jill called me and gave me the good news. So I think that was really exciting, and I think I'm ready, I'm confident, I am in focus, as is the whole team. So I think there's a really good aura around this summer, and being prepared and ready and excited to go to France and win.
Is there any advice that you got maybe from like some of the more senior members, whether it be Carly, Tobin, Megan, that really helped you, I guess, stay level or even keel, throughout this whole process?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a journey, and I think it's a long process, and I think that just taking it one day at a time, one moment at a time, is something that I've definitely taken from the old players, and it's something that's important. And also growing into the tournament and playing our best games, focusing on one game at a time, but improving from them.
Thank you.
Do you think
Yeah, it is, because a lot of our teammates with their partners and spouses, they don't get to be here day in and day out, and they don't get to see that. And so it's really nice to be able to share this moment with her and to make these memories with her, and really have someone in your corner that understands the process and understands how tiring it is, and mentally, emotionally, physically, and really supports you in that. And I think it's really good for us to share this, because I'm pretty sure this is our last big tournament together, and so it's going to be really incredible spending those the next month really sharing that experience together, because we don't know when it'll happen again.
But
she's played professionally since she was a teenager and has played on this team starting pretty young. So she just has a really good game awareness, understanding what the players around her need.
Just the 11 people out on the field. It's going to take all 23 plus the coaching staff, plus the supporting staff, plus the chefs, the massage therapists, and the athletic, the 18.
Robin, you've been known to have a really free-spirited personality and everything, and so I'm wondering how much of that personality and attitude is brought onto the field, mixed in with the tactical things that you have to perform as a soccer player. So which really takes precedent for you?
Yeah, I think there's like a very strong duality to my game where I'm obviously a very kind of creative, intuitive. I like to entertain. I like to see entertaining football, but also kind of like an intense desire to win and to be effective and to do whatever it takes. So I think there's kind of this kind of fun little interaction that goes on within myself of expression, and then just this freaking animal.
when you go by a defender or make them look silly, perhaps, do you ever talk shit to them later or on the way back?
Nah, because you gotta do it again.
Okay.
Nah, I think sometimes you do things that you probably would regret.
Yeah.
She's played professionally here as a teenager and has played on this team starting pretty young. And the love of everyone. They probably helped me get back to where I am, and even through the years, both the supporters and the haters, I really appreciate it because it just has fueled me to want to be here and want to be my best and play at the highest level consistently. So I just want to say thank you to them, and I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to continue with them down the road in the future. And it's been incredible for all of us. Yes, is it draining sometimes? Because I'm not on social media all the time. I try not to just pour myself into it. I need to go outside and explore, and I think so do they at times. But potential, and their league is doing really well. So I hope they will start to see the fruit of that in the future. But at the same time, these players that are really good, and you want to see them do well as a country, because I think also their country. Kelly.
When your father is so close but so far.
Because I feel like it takes you kind of into a different world altogether, and so it does a really great job of moving you and then also entertaining you as well. So that's something that I like to do.
Zaka recently told me that he thinks it's much harder to win a World Cup than to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, duh. You needed Zach to tell you that?
tell me why you think that.
Well, a Super Bowl is every year, so like you get way more times and tries at it.
Sure.
How many teams are in the NFL?
32.
Okay, well, it's just, yeah, it's not as hard.
But you don't have to qualify.
First thing I want to say, first of all, is my wife is not a big soccer fan, but she happens to follow you on social media, on Instagram, and I was like, yo, so I'm going to the thing. He's like, yo, is that badass going to be there? That's what she calls you, that badass. And she didn't even realize you were a soccer player first. She just thought you were a model. So first of all, shouts to you. All right, so first of all, congratulations on the engagement and everything. Everyone's asking you a million questions about playing together. I know you say you don't bring it home, but not even once. Like, maybe Allie forgets to take out the garbage. You don't even once think to yourself, like, maybe if you'd have missed that one, defender.
No, because then I'd be sleeping outside with the trash.
All right, cool.
Women's soccer. Oh, I have no idea. You should tell me. I think if I had to pick, I think Marta is the best player that's ever played for us so far. We'll see. Okay.
How much does your domestic success with Western New York / North Carolina Courage, how much of that can carry over to international play, specifically for the World Cup?
Yeah, I think that I'm so fortunate to be on a team like the Courage where our practices are so competitive and getting into the lineup is so competitive, and we play tough teams every week in the NWSL. So I think that just carrying over the good training that I have there, the competitive games I'm playing every week, I think definitely carries over into the international game, and I hope that I can play whatever role the team needs me to play this summer.
Speaking of the competitive nature, sorry about that. Speaking of the competitive nature, of course, you and your sister growing up, playing together, being on national teams together, was there ever a time or times where that competitive nature maybe boiled over between you and your sister? Any funny stories?
For sure. We used to fight like you wouldn't believe. We constantly were fighting growing up. We used to play like 1v1 in the backyard, and I lost every time. But I think that having an older sister who I think she really wanted to like toughen me up, and I think it actually really worked. So even though early on we fought a lot, and she was kind of mean to me, I think, because she wanted me to be a little bit tougher. And I think that now that we're older, we're very, very close, and she's so supportive of me, and I really think that her influence on me helped me get here.
What one-on-ones were you playing back then?
Soccer.
Just soccer?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we grew up playing basketball too. My mom played Division I basketball at Northeastern, so she loved that we played basketball too, but soccer was kind of always our favorite.
I think a lot of people can experience what you went through 4 years ago, being right on the cusp of making the team, but not on the 23. Having a goal, wanting to reach a goal, and just coming up short and having to work for it again. I guess for those that are in that situation, again, what's kind of the most important thing to think about mentality-wise to get from where you want to be to actually being there?
Yeah, I think one of the things for me that's changed the most in 4 years is my consistency. And I think that what I would say to someone who almost made this team but didn't is that if you can be in a training environment where you feel every day like you're being challenged, but you feel every day like you're doing something new that's making you better, whether it's responding to a mistake differently or taking extra reps or challenging yourself in a new way, using your weak foot, doing something 1v1 that you haven't done before. I think that challenging yourself is the key, and then doing it every day. So like that consistency of like wanting to improve and wanting to get better. I think one of the big things that I have changed in the last 4 years is that I respond to like adversity and mistakes better. And I think that I'm able to like dig myself out of a hole if I get in one. And I think that that's like a mental skill that I had to really, really work on in practice in my club environment every day. So I think my advice would just be to, one, believe in yourself and you like know that it's possible to get here. And two, just really like hone in on being consistent and training yourself to get better at something every day.
You mentioned trying not to get so worked up for certain things. Can you even allow yourself to try not to get worked up when you're on the plane and you're landing in France and getting ready for all the pomp and circumstance?
I don't know. I will have to let you know when I'm actually on the plane. But I think that, again, like just being in the moment and trying to enjoy every step of the way and everything that we're at. These girls are like actually my best friends, and I know everybody probably says that, but I really, really mean it, and I think we're really close. So being on the plane is going to be like so fun. Like we're probably going to be playing games and laughing and joking around, and I think just having that kind of like fun environment like forces you to be in the moment, and that just allows for just so much more enjoyment like along the way.
If you had to switch with one teammate for a game day, who would you switch with? Oh,
What do you mean? Like I'd become them?
Yes.
Probably Alex, banging a couple goals.
Done.
You can't buy a goal these days.
Is Wilma Jean Wrinkles going out to France to support you?
No, I wish. She's scared of planes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What a shame.
I
Maybe a
know.
couple Skype sessions.
I know. The pet camp.
Her support is like everything. I think something I say a lot is when I like get a goal, like I'll have like a bunch of text messages, and it's so nice to hear from everybody. But when I like don't play or when I don't play well, I have 4, and it's from my mom, my dad, my sister, and my husband. And I think that having my family's support is more important than everybody else's, because you know it's going to be there even if you suck and even if it doesn't go well. So having my sister, knowing that she's supporting me and that she's been with me every step of the way, literally since I was born, it means so much, and I know that I wouldn't be here without her.
I love Philly so much.
Could you go into a little bit about that?
Yeah, Philly, the fan base is just different there. And I mean that in the most amazing, like, way. Like, they are behind you no matter what. They'll let you know it. But just to have somebody like that cares and takes so much heart into their sports there, it's amazing to be a part of. Zach and I both grew up on the West Coast, so we knew nothing really about the East Coast. Get dropped in Philadelphia, or drafted, and it was amazing. And just his team, like the support I've gotten from his team, and just hearing them cheer for me and our team is huge. And the connection that I feel with Philly and the fans and the community is huge. And it's amazing.
To help you focus, it can be great to even just like help you sleep and recover. I think for me it's really good to just like maintain kind of a sense of calm and to kind of like forget about distractions. And I think it's been a good tool for me to use even like outside of my actual practice. Just having moments of mindfulness has been really helpful for me to just kind of stay present in the moment.
Like, you're known as like the team hype man. How important do you think that is to a team?
Well, I think that just like I hope that I show that I'm always supporting like my friends, and I want them to be their best, and I feel like that also girls should see other girls supporting girls, and I think like that's so much of what motivates me to do that, also because I genuinely care, and I think that's just a critical part of any team. So and you know, I think some like this off season when I was injured and I was coming back and I didn't know when I was going to be called back with the national team, and I think that like they reciprocated that so much to me.